Chris is on assignment, so we're pinch hitting for him tonight at 6. A baseball team new to the Spartanburg area took to the field this past weekend with a nod to the past on their backs.
News 13's Matthew Yates takes us to a field full of history to introduce us to a team many of us have never heard of.
Sometimes you never know what you're passing by.
And a lot of the greatest players to ever really play the game, put on some cleats, have done that here.
Duncan Park Stadium is the oldest ballpark in South Carolina. And in the quiet moments before the Spartanburgers take the field, you can get a sense of the history that took place here.
Satchel Paige played here. Larry Doby, Don Newcomb, Hank Aaron, Jackie Robinson played here. The stadium couldn't hold them.
Very interesting.
And that's one reason during their inaugural season, the Spartanburgers changed uniforms during this past weekend.
We're honoring the Sluggers, a Negro League textile team that played in this stadium and really were an integral part of this history.
The Sluggers was first established in 1905. They was a part of the Southern League, which consisted of teams in the South.
In 1926, Duncan Park Stadium was built, and the Sluggers moved their games here.
The Sluggers was definitely one of the top teams in the South, and people turned out black and white to see them play here.
And although baseball was a common passion, there are still signs of how separated we've been.
If you look over your shoulder, there's actually the segregated entrance. So you have the segregated entrance going over to the segregated seating on the hill. I mean, now, it's general admission, and that's really the spot to catch foul balls, catch some shade. But it's a good reminder of the history of this stadium and really how far we've come.
Even though things were segregated, blacks and whites still played baseball.
A game with a long, complicated past that can teach us about our history and give us some glimpse into what our future may be.
It's not just about wearing special jerseys, it's about shining the light on the past, honoring it, using that past to build a better future.
They put a lot in this community, and to see the community turn out and to honor what they've done for the community is very gratifying.
I've been waiting 30 minutes for this story. Now, many chefs aim to please with food from the heart and soul, but an Asheville man goes beyond that by cooking with a comedic twist.
In tonight's Carolina Moment, News 13's John Lee tells us why making people laugh has become his calling card.
Let's check this out. Ooh!
Spend a few minutes with Chef Clarence Robinson.
That's my kitchen laugh.
And you might begin to hear voices.
That's that sharp cheddar. Because you gotta be sharp. Gotta be sharp in the kitchen. Because I know they watching. Grandmama, put that down. You can't eat all that belly, y'all. But a lot of people know me as the Flavor King. Because what's mac and cheese without cheese? You know, a dry noodle. Man, this man ain't put no cheese on his noodle, you know. Do everything fresh around here.
This big soul food spread is for a homegoing service.
Barbecue ribs, turkey, chicken, and it's a lot of love going on in this food.
The chef's not-so-secret ingredient is a heaping helping of personality, which explains why his business is called Cooking with Comedy Catering.
I consider myself a creator, and what I'm doing is different. Eddie Murphy wasn't doing Cooking with Comedy, so I'm considering myself a little bit better than Eddie Murphy, Kevin Hart, whoever.
He can tickle your funny bone while serving up ribs that fall off the bone.
This one to fall off the bone already. I don't want it to. Sauce boss.
But there was once a time the same funny flair got him in big trouble.
Man, I was a clown. I could never be serious in school, so I actually got expelled out of Asheville High for clowning. I actually threw a snowball and hit the principal.
As a young man, Clarence found a purpose in the kitchen. He eventually got his GED and culinary training. He says the murder of a family member in 2007 devastated him. Ever since, Chef Robinson decided his destiny is to be a positive force.
That was the drastic measures that made me turn around to want to do more, so kids, in my community could see a black man in a different light besides hustling or wanting to be a basketball player, sports or rapping and all that. No, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Boom!
All the laughs and so many tears steered him toward the kitchen.
But yeah, that's about loving your food and taking pride in your work. It's a difference from working for a check and working for your passion.
Lessons learned while taking his craft seriously, even when he does show you the funny.
And then this is my other laugh. When I know I'm doing a good job.
In Asheville, John Lee, News 13.
A massive fish that washed ashore is getting a lot of attention. I'm Jay Siltzer. This is your Morning Cup of Jay. Experts are analyzing a massive fish that washed up in Oregon last week. The 100-pound specimen is an opa, also known as a moonfish. According to local aquarium officials, it's rare to see moonfish on the Oregon coast. The species is a deep-sea fish, so little is known about it. Aquarium experts are jumping at the chance to learn as much as they can. A dog takes the Finding Nemo quote, "Just keep swimming," seriously. Ollie, the Springer Spaniel, was rescued after spending 3 hours swimming at sea. Ollie was rescued around 3 miles away from where he first entered the water. He was spotted at the base of a sea cliff by a kayaker who alerted lifeguards. His rescuers say he was happy to see them and he enjoyed his ride back to shore, as you can see there. It seems NASA astronauts at the International Space Station are just like the rest of us who've discovered our green thumbs during the pandemic. The astronauts are currently growing red and green chili peppers in space. NASA said growing the peppers is, quote, one of the longest and most challenging plant experiments attempted aboard the lab. The peppers should be ready for harvest in about 3.5 months, we are told. That's your Morning Cup of Jay. Have a great day.